Hey guys, today we'll discuss comparing with adjectives. Adjectives are often used to make comparison. Adjectives that compare tell how people, places, or things are alike or different. The different forms are called degrees of comparison. We have 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative, and superlative. Let's say positive degree. An adjective that does not make a comparison is said to be in the positive degree. What does it mean? Let's example. My English class is small. In this sentence, speaker is not comparing his English class with any other classes. So, the positive degree is the normal form of an adjective. Or we can say positive degree is the basic. Positive degree describes one item or one thing. It's uncompared form of an adjective. Next, comparative degree. If you want to make comparative degree, please follow this structure of the sentence. Let's see example. I think my science class is smaller than English classes. Smaller. In English grammar, comparative degree is the form of an adjective involving a comparison of more or less. So, to compare two people, things, or places, we use comparative degree because comparative adjectives compare one person or thing with another person or thing and enable us to say whether a person or thing has more or less of a particular quality. Now, let's see superlative. To compare 3 or more people or things, use superlative degree. Example, this math class is the smallest. Smallest is superlative adjective. So, superlative adjectives are used to describe an object, people, or thing which is at the upper or low limit of a quality. Comparative degree compares a person or thing with another person or thing. A superlative degree compare a person or thing with the whole group of which that person or thing is a member. So in this sentence, speaker is talking about all the classes he has. Math class is the smallest. Now, let's talk about spelling rules for creating comparative and superlative degree. Add er to most adjectives to compare two people, places, or thing. For example, strong, add er, it will be stronger. Soon, add er, it will be sooner. To create comparative degree. Superlative degree, add est to most adjectives to compare more than one people, places, or things. For example, strong plus est, it will be strongest. Large plus est, it will be largest. One-syllable adjectives and some two-syllable adjectives, add er to create comparative degree and add est to create superlative degree. After these 2 points, it is necessary to talk about spelling changes. Sometimes you need to make spelling changes before adding er or est. At this point, I like to explain what is one-syllable words and two-syllable words, because most of the time my ESL students ask me what is a syllable. If you already know, you can skip this part. So, what is a syllable? We have vowel sounds A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Y is sometimes considered a sixth vowel. Y is a vowel only if it creates an A, E, I, O, or U sound. For example, fry. In fry, Y is acting as a vowel I. In this word, try. If you pronounce try, in this word, Y is acting as vowel I. Cry and dry are the same like fry and try. So in these words, Y is creating a vowel sound, I. And remaining letters in the alphabet are called consonant. So vowel sounds give words shape or their volume. For example, if you want to pronounce a word fish, you have to break down this word fish. Fish, fish. Now you can tell me which sound is vowel sound. Try to pronounce fish. You will immediately realize that I is giving word fish its shape or volume. So the number of times you hear the sound of a vowel is the number of syllables in a word. So fish is one syllable. Now we have word free. If two or more vowels are next to each other, the number of syllables is the number of vowel sounds. So in word free, we are not pronouncing double E. Free is pronounced like this. Free. E is one vowel. So free is one syllable word. Eat. In this word, we have two vowels, E and A, next to each other. But if you break down eat, it will be like this. So eat is one syllable word. Now we have word radio. If we divide radio into parts, it will be re, d, o. So we have three vowels, A, I, and O. And if you pronounce radio, you can hear the sound of three vowels. So radio is three syllable word. Now we have word beautiful. So let's divide beautiful into part. Beautiful. So we have E, A, U. But these three vowels, we have only one sound, Bu. Then we have vowel I after T, and then we have vowel U. So if you pronounce beautiful, you can hear three vowels. So beautiful is three syllable word. Now last word, fire. It's very important. It's not because the word fire, it's because a silent vowel is not a syllable. In this word, if you divide fire, fire, you can tell that E is silent. So fire is one syllable word. All words have syllables. A word might have one, two, or even more syllables. So to find out syllable, you could just divide the words into parts and find out how many syllables you have in one word. Now let's go back to our main topic. Spelling changes. Sometimes you need to make spelling changes before adding ER or EST. If an adjective ends in E, drop the E before adding ER or EST. For example, wide. Now wide is ending in E. So before adding ER, we will drop this E, so it will be wider with only one E. We don't have in wider double E. And to create superlative degree, we will drop E and add EST, widest. If you have an adjective, ends in consonant and Y. Now you know what is consonant. Change the Y to I before adding ER or EST. For example, in this word tiny. Now N is consonant and we have Y. So we will change Y to I and then add ER. So tinier. Spelling will change. Again tiny for adding EST will change Y to I. So the tiniest will be like this. Some words spelling will change before adding ER or EST. You have to pay attention. Finally, let's see some examples. Asian elephants are smaller than African elephants. Smaller. In this sentence, speaker is comparing two elephants coming from different places. Asian and African. So, speaker is using comparative degree to compare, and as I have mentioned before, we use comparative degree to compare two people or things or places. Next example, of all land mammals, elephants are heaviest. Heaviest. In this sentence, speaker is comparing elephant with all mammal group. That's why speaker is using superlative degree. Heaviest. Superlative adjectives describe one person or thing as having more of a quality than all other people or thing in the group. And in this sentence, elephants are heaviest in all mammal group. I hope you know mammal group include humans, dogs, elephants, and dolphins. So, speaker is comparing elephant with all members of a group. That's why it's necessary to use superlative degree. Next example, Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. Highest. In this sentence, speaker is talking about all mountains in the world and describing Mount Everest. Mount Everest as more of high quality than all other mountains in the world. Next example, Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. So again, in this sentence, speaker is comparing Burj Khalifa with all the buildings in the world. Next example, my school building is higher than library building. Higher. So why we are using comparative degree? Because we are comparing two things now. School building and library building. So we are using comparative degree. Comparative degree compares a person or a thing with another person or thing. I hope it's clear now.